Welcome to PX Multifamily, Multifamily's only audio-video people experience podcast. I'm your host, Mary Gwyn, and I'm on a mission to improve the multifamily people experience by improving what people experience. Tune in for content focused on how to positively influence people and impact them, your team members, your residents, supplier partners, and clients. Everything's about the people experience. This episode is brought to you by the Multifamily Media Network, delivering the latest news, ideas, and inspiration across the multifamily sector. Now, let's talk about the people experience. Today, I get to. Do you ever have those days where you start out thinking, oh man, today I have to do X, Y, or Z? Well, today I get to go to a job I love in an industry that I love, and I get to work with some of the absolute most wonderful, smartest, nicest, best people in the industry. I get to work with my husband, who is my business partner and, best friend. I get to work with really generous suppliers, clients that generally appreciate what we do, generally appreciate our expertise and our opinions. I get to work with residents that, for the most part, appreciate what we do. Right now, there's a resident it's a resident from HE Double Toothpicks, and she's taking everybody's time, but I get to solve her problems for her. She's posted this long negative review. It's probably the longest review I've ever seen. And it started, a condensation line broke in her apartment. It's a townhome. And so water leaked downstairs. And so she had a water leak, but they cleaned out the condensation line, not realizing there were other air conditioning problems. So then she didn't have air, and then we had to put a temporary unit in, and then scheduling getting the AC fixed, and then scheduling the repairs in her ceiling and the painting and all the things. Well, and of course she brought up the M word, mold. Well, a lot of people could think, after we got, I think, over 30 emails from her, seriously, and the bad review and all of that, they could think, wow, she's the resident from HE Double Toothpicks. But really, she was an opportunity. She was an opportunity for us to try to provide diligent customer service, admit where we were wrong or had not communicated as clearly, or our contractor didn't show up when promised, or all the things, because all that happened too. And again, we had the opportunity to try to bless her, to try to fix her problem. Well, I want to say, even after we did all that, she wanted the rest of her lease free. I'm not kidding about that. She wanted not to pay for the next several months, even though she said everything was done to her satisfaction. So again, it's an opportunity. You could get upset about it. You could get mad about it. You could react in a negative way. I was so proud of the regional over it. Every single communication she had was positive, trying to solve the problem. None of them were, well, you didn't let us in as scheduled. We had an appointment and you said you weren't available, or whatever. But instead, the regional responded positively. Words and thoughts. Words and thoughts are important. It's like, I have to deal with this resident, or I get to try to help solve this resident's problem. Our words and our thoughts really shape how we act, how we think, how we react. They also shape the way people around us act and think and react. Our words and our thoughts, they shape the way we think and act and react, but they also shape the reactions of the people around us. So it's really, really, really important to think about how you think about things and what words come out of your mouth. Another thing I'd add to that is my face. My face is so expressive. In fact, Carl Swafford, our chief operating officer, says, Mary, I would love to play poker with you. I'm not sure exactly what he means, except that my face tells everything. Sometimes my face will express something that team members think is a negative, but really I might be just expressing, I'm thinking, I'm confused, I don't understand, I'm clueless. But if I make certain expressions, people react to them. They act, think, and react based on my face or body language or whatever. They key in on my face as if it's on fire or something, or they've done something wrong. So you have to be careful about how you think, how you speak, but also how you express with your face. So I would say today, getting back to my original premise, it's part how you perceive what your day is going to be like, what your life is like, what opportunities you have. Today, I get to, not I have to, today I get to. I listened to a podcast by somebody named Michael Hyatt, who is just a really good author and speaker. And Michael Hyatt was saying now, he's on the road all the time. He speaks a lot. And the other day, one of his friends called him and said, Hey, Michael, what you doing? And he goes, I have to fly to California to speak. And his friend paused a second and said, What? This is what you wanted. You get to fly to California and speak. You get to, not you have to. So how we think, how we speak, how we react to things, those are so important. How are you going to shape your own day? How are you going to handle these things, these opportunities where you get to today? Thanks for joining me, Mary Gwyn, on PX Multifamily.
Thank you for listening today. Did we accomplish the mission? Did we improve what people experience in the multifamily space? What are your thoughts on this important topic? Share your thoughts in the comments or email them to mary@aptdynamics.com. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. This podcast is proudly brought to you by Multifamily Media Network, your trusted source for stories, trends, and insights into multifamily living. Thank you again for joining me, Mary Gwyn, on PX Multifamily, the People Experience Podcast.